Well, nothing really special happened between Rotterdam and Liverpool. In fact, after a while, I was getting bored being on the ship. But it was the first time that I ever saw the ocean, so I have to admit I was pretty impressed. Bye, England. Farewell. This funny-looking boat is called a tugboat, and it dragged us to our steamboat. At last, we pulled up to a big steamer called Blackburn Rock, bound for Australia. Oh, my. I had never seen anything so big in my whole life. The captain of the ship was a big, stuffy man. He was greeting people as if he was welcoming them into his house for a grand party.
Good afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. Edward. I'm the captain of this ship, and it's an honor to welcome you aboard. Let me assure both of you of a pleasant journey.
Tell me, Captain, I trust you have a doctor aboard this ship.
Indeed we do. He's been with us for a long time. He's one of the best.
As you can see, my dear wife is in the family way, Captain.
She'll be in very good hands, Mr. Edward.
Thank you, Captain.
What an elegant hat.
It was probably made in Paris.
She certainly is very pretty.
But the husband looks so nasty.
Yes, he does look a bit arrogant.
Who is he?
I hear he's the secretary to the Governor General in Australia.
Yes.
Smart. That's right.
Well, we almost started getting underway, but then the funniest thing happened.
Hold the anchor! A rowboat's approaching!
We almost sailed away without the ship's doctor, and was the captain ever mad?
I hope we didn't inconvenience you.
My apologies.
You've been hitting the bottle again, haven't you?
You know I never drink when I'm on board ship. Only on land.
Just don't let me catch you.
Raise the gangplank. Full steam ahead.
And so our long journey began. I am wearing my favorite bonnet. For good luck.
You better watch out that a bird doesn't think it's a nest and fly away with it.
Now listen here, children. Watch out for your brother. It's a big ship, and I don't want him getting into trouble.
You know how he runs around and explores things.
Maybe we should put him on a leash.
Terrific! Then he'll look just like a dog. I refuse to be embarrassed around all these elegant people.
It's all right. Now don't go putting on airs, Fritz. I'll be in charge of Jack. Come on, let's go see the rest of the ship.
Be careful, Rebecca, and I don't want you going around bothering the other passengers. Now stay on this deck and don't go into anybody's cabin.
No problem. Let's go have some fun.
I'm gonna stretch my legs.
I do hope that this will turn out to be the right thing for them.
I'm sure they'll be all right. Just think of all the new things to see.
Mm-hmm. New possibilities for all of us.
Oh, boy! I feel like I'm in a gymnasium instead of a ship. Jack, watch this! I feel an urge coming on. Me too. Be careful. It's hard to do. See what I mean? Hey, where are you going? Anybody can make a face. Oh. Uh-oh. There, it's okay. What were you afraid of? Big bully. Oh, well, that's over with. Well, I certainly taught him a lesson, never to mess with me. Meanwhile, Fritz was having an encounter of his own kind on the ship.
Mind if I join you? You look lonely.
What? I'm not lonely.
Are you sure?
I have my whole family with me. Do I really look lonely?
Not just that. You look sad.
Well, that's because I was thinking about some things.
Like what?
Like my two favorite things in the whole world. I left my flute and my guitar back at home.
Oh, that means you love to play music.
Of course.
Oh, why, that's wonderful. I love music.
Nice to meet you. I'm Fritz. Hi.
Jack and I went exploring our new surroundings. It was like being in the biggest playhouse in the world. It certainly was the most unusual one. This is more fun than home. Why, look, Jack. They have all kinds of animals here. Yeah! It's a secret room! Yay! Hello, Mr. Goat. There's a family of pigs. Becca, come here! Come here! Becca, come here! Come on, Jack! Here! A baby monkey. Uh-oh. Stay close to me, Jack. Don't let him near me, Becca! Oh, we'll walk away slowly. He wants the monkey.
Down, boy. It's okay. I've been looking everywhere for you. Brewster here didn't mean to frighten you. He just gets a little over-anxious. Why, the big old mutt was just being friendly.
But he looks so mean, and I thought he'd bite us.
Nah, he wouldn't bite a fly. He's been on board with us ever since he was a pup. He'd been abandoned by his mother, and he's served us valiantly for almost 10 years. He was just playing with the monkey in his own way. Would you like to pet him? He loves children. Well?
Oh? He really is a friendly dog, isn't he? I like him.
Me too.
We can be friends and play together, all right? My name is Becca. Would you like to play with me? Huh, boy? Huh?
That was a very quick friendship.
Now it's your turn to come over here and be nice. But he's bigger than me. Come on, Jack. He just wants to be nice. He's so cute. No! He might bite me! Get away! You cry, baby.
The dog is sure scared, the little tyke, isn't he?
Well, Fritz and Emily became good friends. It was as if they knew each other all their lives.
It was hard for me to leave everything behind. I've never been out of Switzerland.
There were so many interesting things to see and do on board, I hadn't realized how far away we were from England. When I looked out on deck, all I could see for miles around was the ocean and sky. It was so beautiful. Now I know how Christopher Columbus must have felt. Jack was soon up to his usual tricks, getting into trouble.
The air feels good. Oh, my goodness. It sure is very windy out here. Ooh, better fix my hair. Here we are.
That was her first mistake. Oh.
Oh, young boy, be careful with that hat. Please give it back to me right now. Oh, no, not my favorite hat. Oh, Robert!
Catherine, what is it? Oh!
My hat fell overboard. That little boy took it. He wouldn't give it back.
So you're the monster that did this. I ought to.
Jack, you needn't be so nasty about it.
Oh, really? Did you know that he just threw my wife's hat away? He should be punished for it.
You're frightening him. He didn't mean to. The wind blew it away off his head.
The child should not have been playing with the hat in the first place. In my day, we weren't allowed to run around like wild animals. And that hat cost a lot of money. That hat was a special order from Paris that I got for my wife for her birthday. So what do you think I should do about it? Just pat him on the head?
I'm to blame, not my little brother. I was supposed to keep my eye on him. Please don't yell at him.
Where are your parents? I'd like to have a word with them. You should be supervised.
Rebecca!
Are you supposed to be looking after these children? Why were they left alone? Who is responsible?
Things were definitely not looking good.
You're just feeling a bit seasick, dear.
That's probably what it is.
You mustn't try to stem against a rolling ship. You must learn to ride with the waves rather than against it. It's the same principle as riding on a horse.
I feel like I've disappointed you.
Nonsense, my dear. I feel a little queasy myself, but I've learned how to deal with it over the past few years.
Father, there's been some trouble.
What's happened, son? I'm very sorry for my son's behavior. Please allow me to pay for it. I'd be glad to do it.
That's impossible.
But I'm sure it was an expensive hat, and I'd like to make it up to you. Really, it's only the honorable thing to do.
It's not a question of money in this matter. It was an original ordered from Paris for my wife's birthday. It's sentimental, man.
Please do me the honor of accepting this money so you can order another hat from the same shop in Paris.
Do you take me for a fool? We are in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, bound for Australia and miles from anywhere. That's not a very bright idea. If you had any culture in you, you would know how long it takes to design and handcraft such a work of art. No, sir, I refuse to forgive this transgression until my wife is wearing the bonnet on her head upon arrival in Melbourne. Do you understand me?
But it's blown away.
I hope you can swim, because that's the only way to retrieve it.
Stop it, you're being absurd.
Stay out of this, Catherine. I can handle it.
You know that would be an impossible task. In what way would you like me to make this up to you? Whatever you wish. I'm at your disposal.
Very well, then whip that boy with a rod 100 times.
Robert, you're embarrassing me. It's just a matter of a hat, however precious it was to me, and I don't want the child beaten over it. You're making too much of a fuss.
I'll have you know that I'm a very important member of the government.
Oh.
And I must be treated with a proper respect, sir.
Of course.
I must be compensated.
Very well. Then I insist you whip me 100 times to save your honor.
Perhaps another gesture would be more appropriate. You must therefore kiss the shoe of my wife, and then I will forgive you. Is it agreed?
Oh, but Robert, you're degrading the man. I won't have it.
Poor father.
I will do this. As you wish. Madam, please accept my apology.
I was never more proud of my father than at that moment.
Please, don't do this. The hat belonged to me, not my husband. I sincerely accept your apology. You are a noble man.
Yay!
Thank you, madam. You're a kind lady.
Thank you, sir, and it's a pleasure to meet a gentleman like yourself.
Good day.
That'll teach him. Come along, Catherine.
Father! Daddy! Things got better after that. Mother felt better, and soon we were all caught up in the ship's festivities. It was really funny because winter is supposed to follow autumn, but after crossing the equator, summer returns again. And so they have a party to celebrate it. It's called the Equator Festival. Wee! Wee! All the flags from around the world are displayed, and they throw a big party outside on the deck. Special dishes are prepared, and people can eat and drink as much as they like. They even serve champagne. And they had this wonderful band playing, and people were dancing and having a grand old time. Even Fritz.
I'm glad you're feeling better, Anna.
Oh, I'll be all right, just as long as the typhoons don't hit us, darling.
Fritz and his new girlfriend, Emily, were getting along famously.
Do you play any instruments, Emily?
Violin.
That's great. Trust me. Excuse me, my friend and I are musicians. Would you mind if we borrowed your instruments?
Piergues.
Thank you.
Thank you. And then the best thing happened. I was so proud of Fritz. I mean, he's usually so shy, but he really impressed everyone. Well, almost everyone.
Some people on this ship are low class. They don't make enough money working in Europe, so they think they can make a better living in Australia.
But Robert, you're also one of those people who are moving to Australia.
But I'm working for the government, and I have been sent on assignment to Australia.
There are many officials assigned to Australia who I've met that are pretty rotten too.
You insult me? I have met a few ship's doctors of questionable character, especially the drunk ones who have been stripped of their licenses. I must find Catherine. I've had enough of you.
It's a riddle to me how a ruffian like you could have such a lovely wife.
At least I have a wife, you drunken buffoon.
Jack and I had ourselves a wonderful time tasting all the delicious foods from around the world, some of which I can't even pronounce.
Captain, hurry, quick.
What is it, Mr. Edwards? You're as pale as a ghost.
It's my wife. She's going to have the baby. Find the doctor. It's happening now.
What?
That dirty, rotten scoundrel, I'll get him. Oh, the filthy swine. Offending my reputation!
Ah, you picked a fine time to be drunk. What are we gonna do with you? You're hopeless. Wait a minute. I'll make an announcement. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. May I please have your attention for just a moment? Is there a doctor among you? It's an emergency case. Please identify yourself immediately if there's a doctor on board. I repeat, it's an emergency case.
It's you.
Yes, dear. I am a doctor, Captain.
Keep breathing.
Robert, dear, I'm ready to deliver the baby.
What could be taking the doctor so long? I'll go and look for him.
Oh, hurry back, Robert. The contractions are coming very fast.
Where's the doctor? My wife's having her baby right now.
Wait a minute. Sorry for taking so long, Catherine. This is Dr. Robinson. He's a fine doctor. He'll take good care of you.
Relax, madam. Everything will be all right.
Oh, you're the man with the little boy.
Captain, would you have my wife Anna bring some hot water and towels? She's a very capable young nurse.
Right away, Doctor.
Fate sure has a funny way about affecting people's lives. I was learning more on this trip than I ever did at school.
Captain, help me with this oath. We have to act fast. When I get to Australia, I'm going to report this.
Mr. Edwards, your wife is in capable hands. There's a doctor and his nurse in there with her right now. Dr. Ernest Robinson. In fact, in a short time, your wife will have delivered your baby. I hope that whether it's a girl or a boy, that at least it looks like her. So why don't you just relax and take a walk on the deck? There's nothing you can do right now, so you might as well be patient.
That's easy for you to say, for me to be patient. Is she really having the baby?
Right this very minute. I'm sure it'll all be fine, Mr. Edward.
I don't know. It's my first baby.
You can come in now. Would you like to hold your baby?
Oh, what a cute boy.
Thanks to Dr. Robinson and his wife.
Huh? You mean...
Hello?
Father, can we come in and see the baby?
Of course you may come in, children.
Hello, little boy. Aww, he's smaller than me.
Congratulations.
Oh, I've been behaving foolishly. I'm so embarrassed. Can you forgive me?
You did act foolish, Robert. I hope you've learned something from Dr. Robinson. We have to learn to forgive people because sometimes we need to be forgiven too. And now that we have our baby, it's important that we teach him these lessons.
I beg your forgiveness, Doctor. I apologize. Forgive me for my arrogance and my rudeness. I beg you. You brought my son into this world.
That's okay, Mr. Edward. I'm glad I was here to help. You have a fine baby boy. It's quite a feeling to be a first-time father. I can't begin to tell you what it's meant to me. I remember the day Fritz was born. You and your lovely wife certainly have a lot to look forward to.
This voyage will be a long one. Let us all be friends and live in harmony.
Yes, that would be much better.
Oh, there.
Well, Well, that day, I learned that we can make friends with all kinds of people, even ones who seem awfully mean at first. I soon had lots of new friends all sailing along the deep blue sea, Australia bound.